Oh shit, what up? Welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so we're gonna keep going on the keyword system, which is just, my name for the system of how power-ups work in the video game Vyper. Ugh. Uh, so yeah, last time we were talking about the powers themselves and kind of like where they live and how they work. And we're gonna jump into UI because that was kind of. So we're going to jump into UI eventually because that is an important part of the system. But before we do that, I want to show you guys how the keywords themselves are set up. Because, like I said previously, the way the system works is each card has a keyword. And at certain thresholds, which right now is 3 points and 6 points, you get like an additional power, like based on the keyword. And once again, I'm not gonna like go through like all the powers and like what they are and like what the design is and like why we landed there. It's interesting. I'm gonna like pontificate about it at length. Don't worry, just like not in this video. But yeah, this is kind of how it's like set up. So we're continuing to go with like the tech specifically. So okay, this is the keyword config. This is where we define every keyword in the game. So if we decided we wanted like an 8th keyword or a 9th keyword, or we wanted to start getting rid of keywords, we would just kind of like make those changes in here and adjust accordingly. And the data assets for the keywords themselves are super simple. It just defines what the tag is for it. It defines at what thresholds we trigger the abilities. It has like a color, it has like an icon. This is for like the UI, display name. And there is a sheet specific to keywords because they work kind of the same as powers, but they're like a little different, right? Like they happen like conditionally when other things happen. They're not selected like at the level up screen. So they kind of need to like live in their own data table, and they use like most of the same things, but a key difference is this is more or less like only for the UI. Like the keywords themselves, here, let me see if I can track it down. Basically, so the intent with this is only active when this tag is added. So when you get 3 points, you get tier 1 in Blaster. And different keyword powers work like a little differently. So some of them are kind of similar to some of the stuff I talked about last time, where there are things and abilities that are kind of like looking for tags, and they'll do things conditionally based on those tags. But there are some keywords, actually most keywords, that at like level 1 specifically are kind of just like giving you like crazy attributes. And so this GE just lives in the player. This is a gameplay effect that gives you, it makes your heat go up. So we don't have ammo in the game. The gun, when you shoot, it gets heat because reloading sucks in like a game like this. When you get to like max, heat, it'll overheat. What this power does is it basically makes the heat rise half as fast so you can shoot more, and then it also halves the cooldown for the overheat state. So basically it's like just this is good no matter what if you're using like a gun build. But yeah, the sheet for keywords does not do anything. It's just read by the UI, more or less, because this is all working in the background. This is the widget that like drives level ups. So it lives here because it's just where all the info is. So instead of having to like confirm stuff with the game mode, we do that a little bit because it is actually the game mode that applies the gameplay effect that you pick when you level up that makes everything happen. But all the stuff outside of the specific gameplay effect of the ability happens right here. And that's just like what this is. So the keyword system is a subsystem that is driving all the stuff we're talking about. Yeah, so when you level up, it does all this, but this is like the level up logic, but for okay. So this is the widget for all the cards in the game. I think there might be a slightly modified one for the keywords themselves, but for anything you're gonna see when you're leveling up, it all lives here. And sorry, I was in like a trance and just like doing this fast, so it's quite messy, but basically there's like a holder, that's what this is, for the cards themselves, and it's not set up to do it yet, but I kind of built it in mind with the idea that we could parameterize this as well, so like we can fill the screen up with cards that we need to, and this will change eventually. Like this is like stock art stuff we inherited kind of thing, but when you level up, the widget we showed the first time, which is the actual bar, it spawns this guy, and then this guy animates the widgets, and then it picks the rows, and that spawns these, and then these are kind of populating all these fields, so like what the name of the power is, what the description of the power is, the preview, and so there's icons at the top of it. Like this is all coming from the sheet, and it's the same setup as the gameplay logic also. So when we update the text style, we're just getting the info of the button. This is the thing that the holder rolls. It's just a struct that's the same struct as the sheet. And so we set text for both the description and the name to whatever the sheet has given us. Same deal with the art. And then we're also, so this kind of like spaghetti logic over here. This changes the color of the cards. So as part of the config for the keywords, they have like a color. And in some of the early tests, got some great feedback about how it was kind of hard to just tell just by the iconography itself. And so now the colors of the card itself will take on the color of the keyword. It's like slightly modified because of how we're driving the params in the material for the card versus the params for the border versus the params for the text. But it ends up working out pretty well. And then so we have the icons that display at the top. Like I said, this is all coming from button info. So whenever we get a new card, we see what gameplay tags it has for keywords. We make an icon widget for all of those. We add it to the icon bar. We set the keyword up, and that's basically just what I was talking about a second ago, like getting the relevant color and iconography, etc. Yeah, and then as part of the material for the button, there's like an active and an inactive state. So when we start playing on the left side, like where your points all live, it's just not active by default, and when you cross the threshold, it will become active. That is to say, like kind of like lit up, you know. And yeah, so this is the preview. It's kind of the same thing. And the only place where this really differs is like the dynamic preview. So I just like kind of copy pasted the functions because these are like all the same widgets that we're seeing for like the icons and stuff. But this widget, the level up card, is like displaying them differently, like based on where on the card we need the information. And so the dynamic preview is kind of like what you see when you are highlighting the card, because it's showing you like you will go from this value of the keyword to this value. You will like this is so the description of the card tells you generally what it does, but it is this part of it that is like really explicit about like you're gonna get this much damage, it's gonna last this much time, etc., etc. So yeah, I hope that all like makes sense. And as I'm like talking about it, I'm like, man, this is like super simple, man. Like, yeah, of course it works like that, dude. Like, why wouldn't it, man? Like, what's the big deal? But man, you just gotta believe me when I tell you that it took so fucking long to get here, boy. Woo! It took so fucking long, boy. And I'm like super proud of where it's at. And yeah, I think that's mostly it for the tech. There's like a few more things as far as like I don't know, like cool stuff in like edge cases and shit. How we're like mitigating like bug risk and like shit breaking, but that shit's all boring. I think we're gonna keep going on the keyword series. But the next video is gonna kind of be centered around like the designs. You know what I mean? Like why things work the way they work, what possibilities there are, different builds and how they work, that kind of shit. So, hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, and please go download Vyper. It's on Steam with a free demo now.